What's up guys, this is TClass96 back with chapter 15 of my FE7 Chaos Mode 0% Growths LTC playthrough. This chapter is called Hall of Death because, well, there is a hallway on this map, and a bunch of enemies are going to die there. This is the first map with a bench, so we're going to have to leave behind some friends. For this chapter I benched Matthew, Rebecca, and the newest member Priscilla. Priscilla is another Cavalier on par with Dorcas, but I really only have room to train one. She will be deployed a few times to help with rescue drop utility, but on this small map we won't need her. In case you haven't seen it, Chapter 15 is a Hector mode exclusive map, which is just a short and simple defend map, and not much has been changed for Chaos mode. Defeating the boss will of course stop reinforcements, so we'll do that as soon as possible. I have exactly 2 steel sword uses left, and Oswin will use them in the now familiar turn 1 mage kill strategy. After that, he'll equip the Armor Slayer to fight Sealan on enemy phase. Dorcas, Eliwood, and Urk will eliminate the 2 Armor Knights and get themselves into a position to survive the 2 archers coming up from the south. Despite his terrible speed and heavy tomes, Eliwood still somehow doesn't get doubled. Meanwhile, Marcus will spend this map getting as much staff experience as he can. Lowen and Sarah can handle the enemies to the west. I guess there really wasn't much Clockinator could do to make soldiers and armor knights very threatening. Lastly, Merlinus will bait a mage in the northeast who would otherwise move to an annoying spot. On enemy phase, the boss comes right for Oswin, and for some reason he has a female nomad sprite. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's like that normally. Anyway, Oswin demolishes him with a crit. If he hadn't crit, he would have just finished him off in the next turn, and we'd have to deal with 1 extra fighter reinforcement, which would be no problem. One of the nomads by the boss also comes for Oswin with a Brave Bow, which interestingly enough is 3 range locked. Oswin only needs to dodge 1 hit this turn to survive. On turn 2, we can pretty much clean up most of the map. Guy one-shots the remaining mage with the Iron Bow and takes the choke point to protect Merlinus. The fighter to the west has a stealable Angelic Robe, which is Barch's first big thief contribution. The other enemies are just sitting EXP ducks, but I leave the thief alive for now so he can help us get the treasure. Urk just gained an axe weapon rank, which might be surprising if you're used to slow weapon growth in GBA. However, the steel axe in Chaos mode gives a massive 10 weapon experience, doubled on kills, so it's very easy to increase axe rank. For the rest of this map, I'll have Hector and Eliwood grind out some support points, and Merlinus takes the throne, cause why not? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Merlinus can move as a tent in Chaos mode. This turn I do an unnecessarily fancy rescue chain to get Barcher up to the northeast, since the last nomad has a stealable red gem. We want to build up as much gold as we can, for reasons that will be clear eventually. I've seen this map often regarded as one of the better defend maps in the game, if not the series. I think this is due to its small size, as well as some decently interesting side objectives with the chests and the boss's droppable dragon shield. This is even improved upon in Chaos Mode with the addition of the stealable items, so I would probably call this the best defend map in the game for sure. Now that Barcher got the red gem, I'll rescue chain him back toward the chest room. We can't let the enemy thief get both chests, since if he did, he would only drop one of the items. The last enemy on the map is a very strong armor knight, who is a quote, extra unit. These units are very strong enemies that Clockinator added in as optional extra challenges. They usually have rare and useful items, for example this knight drops a warp staff. Luckily we have the armor slayer, so Oswin cleanly one round KOs him. His silver sword does have a nasty crit chance, but there's no way to avoid that since it has 1 to 3 range. The warp we got will be very useful since this is an LTC after all, but we'll have to hoard it for a while since Chaos Mode is very stingy with its warp uses. By the way, the chests here are the same as vanilla, a silver axe and a men's staff. The silver axe is very strong but one range locked, and as I've described, one range isn't the best for Chaos Mode. However, I do have a strat in mind that might require careful management of the silver axe. And that's chapter 15, completed in 7 turns. Yes! Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Come back next time when we are joined by a very popular fan favorite character who will absolutely carry the rest of the run, by which I of course mean Will.